Never pack these 10 things in your carry-on. TSA will stop you. There's a distinct, universal anxiety that only exists in the modern airport security line. You know the feeling. You're shuffling forward like a penguin in your socks, desperately holding up your pants because your belt is in a plastic bin 3 feet ahead, while a line of increasingly impatient travelers stares at the back of your head. You feel like a criminal, even though the most illegal thing you've done this week is eat a grape at the grocery store without paying for it. You confidently place your rolling carry-on onto the conveyor belt, certain that you are a master packer, a titan of travel efficiency. But then, the conveyor belt stops. A red light flashes. The TSA agent looks at the screen, looks back at you, and puts on a blue latex gloves. Suddenly, your entire travel itinerary is at the mercy of a security screening. Most travelers know they can't bring pocket knives, fireworks, or a gallon of maple syrup into the cabin. But airport security guidelines are packed with strange, counterintuitive traps that catch thousands of smart flyers off guard every single day. To help you avoid an awkward luggage biopsy at the checkpoint, here are the 10 surprising things you should never pack in your carry-on bag, along with the exact rules that will get them confiscated. 1. The liquid illusion. Full-size spreads, peanut butter, Nutella, hummus. You bought a premium jar of artisanal almond butter or a massive tub of local hummus as a souvenir. It's thick, it's solid, and if you turn the jar upside down, nothing leaks, right? TSA rule: if you can pump it, squeeze it, spread it, smear it, spray it, or spill it, it is legally classified as a liquid or gel. Because peanut butter, Nutella, hummus, and even soft cheeses like brie or camembert can be spread, they are strictly subject to the 3-1-1 liquids rule. This means any container larger than 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, will be unceremoniously tossed into the airport trash bin. The fix: buy the tiny single-serve travel packets if you need a mid-flight snack, or pack those glorious full-size jars securely in your checked luggage. 2. The nostalgia trap. Snow globes. Snow globes are a classic vacation souvenir, especially if you're traveling with kids or visiting a festive holiday market. Unfortunately, these whimsical little glass balls are a major trigger for airport X-ray machines. The liquid inside a standard snow globe cannot be easily verified by security sensors, and most retail snow globes contain well over 3.4 ounces of liquid. The limit? TSA explicitly states that snow globes are only permitted in carry-on bags if the entire globe, including the base, fits comfortably inside your single quart-sized clear plastic liquids bag. As a general rule of thumb, if the globe is larger than a tennis ball, it's a no-go for the cabin. The fix? Wrap it heavily in bubble wrap, surround it with thick sweaters, and place it directly into your checked bag. 3. The retro predictor. Magic 8 balls. If you're a fan of retro toys or looking to bring a quirky gift home, you might be tempted to toss a magic 8 ball into your backpack. But if you ask the TSA if this item is allowed in the cabin, the answer will be a definitive "outlook not so good." Why it's banned? A magic 8 ball functions because a 20-sided die floats in a reservoir of dark blue liquid. Because the liquid is permanently sealed in an opaque plastic sphere, there is no way for a TSA agent to measure the volume or verify the liquid's chemical composition. The fix? Leave your future-telling toys in your checked baggage. No amount of shaking it at the security checkpoint will convince the officer to let it slide.
4. The backcountry blunder. Hiking poles and tent stakes. You are heading out to tackle a beautiful mountain trail, and you want to keep your gear close to ensure it doesn't get lost by the airline. You pack your high-tech collapsible trekking poles and lightweight aluminum tent stakes right into your carry-on. The logic: while a medical cane or walker is completely permitted in the cabin, hiking poles and tent stakes are viewed by aviation authorities as potential blunt instruments or concealed sharp objects. The fix: you must check these items. If you are traveling ultra-light with only a carry-on, look into renting poles at your destination or purchasing cheap tent stakes when you land. 5. The chef's heavy metal. Cast iron cookware. Foodies and avid home cooks love traveling with their own gear, and a seasoned cast iron skillet is the holy grail of cooking surfaces. However, trying to bring your grandma's heavy 10-inch iron skillet through security is an absolute recipe for disaster. The threat assessment. While a standard lightweight aluminum frying pan is generally permitted, cast iron cookware is strictly prohibited in carry-on luggage. Because of its extreme weight and density, a cast iron skillet is legally categorized as a club or a blunt force weapon. The fix: cast iron belongs in the cargo hold. Just make sure you track your bag's weight limit, because a single heavy skillet can easily push your checked suitcase over the standard 50-pound threshold. 6. The false security, pepper spray, and self-defense items. It is completely understandable to want to protect yourself while exploring an unfamiliar city. Many travelers carry a small canister of pepper spray or mace on their keychains as a standard safety precaution. However, forgetting to remove it before the airport is a massive mistake. The rule: self-defense sprays of any kind are 100% forbidden in the aircraft cabin. Triggering a chemical irritant inside a sealed, pressurized aluminum tube at 35,000 feet would cause mass panic and a medical emergency for everyone on board. The checked exception: TSA allows you to pack one 4-ounce or 118-milliliter container of pepper spray or mace in your checked luggage, provided it features a safety mechanism to prevent accidental discharge. However, note that any defense spray containing more than 2% by mass of tear gas is completely banned from the entire aircraft. 7. The liquid lightning, alcohol over 140 proof. Planning to bring back a bottle of high-proof moonshine, authentic absinthe, or 151-proof rum from your tropical getaway? You need to check the label very carefully before you even think about heading to the airport. The fire hazard: any alcoholic beverage that exceeds 70% alcohol by volume, which is 140 proof, is classified as a highly flammable hazardous material by the Federal Aviation Administration. The total ban: because it poses a legitimate fire risk, alcohol over 70% ABV is completely prohibited on passenger aircraft. You cannot take it in your carry-on, and you cannot put it in your checked bags. It is entirely grounded. The fix: keep your souvenir booze under the 70% ABV limit. If it's between 24 to 70% ABV, you can pack up to 5 liters of it in your checked bags. 8. The toy story, realistic replica firearms and Nerf blasters. Traveling with kids often means packing toys to keep them entertained. But if your child's favorite toy looks even remotely like a real weapon, it needs to stay out of the cabin. The policy: the TSA maintains a strict policy against any items that resemble real firearms. This includes realistic toy guns, cat pistols, bright neon water guns, and even foam dart Nerf blasters. To an X-ray scanner or a distant observer, the silhouette of a toy can easily cause a security alert. The fix: pack all toy weaponry, plastic swords, and water blasters in your checked luggage. For the cabin, stick to digital games, coloring books, and stuffed animals. 9. The unsheathed hazard, loose safety razor blades. Navigating the world of razors at airport security trips up thousands of travelers. You want to stay clean-shaven on your trip, so you pack your favorite vintage safety razor and a pack of replacement blades. The core distinction: standard disposable razors, where the blade is permanently embedded inside a cartridge, are completely allowed in your carry-on bag. However, loose safety razor blades or straight razors are strictly prohibited. Because these blades can be easily removed from the handle, they pose a severe security risk. The fix: you can bring the metal safety razor handle in your carry-on, but the actual replacement blades must be packed in your checked luggage. Alternatively, you can simply buy a cheap pack of blades at a local pharmacy when you reach your destination. Number 10. The workman's woe, large tools over 7 inches. Whether you are a professional tradesperson traveling for a job or a helpful relative heading out to fix a deck for family, carrying your tool set onto a plane requires strict adherence to a measuring tape. The 7-inch cutoff. Power tools like drills and saws are completely banned from carry-ons. However, hand tools like screwdrivers, wrenches, pliers, and hammers face a very specific size restriction. They are only permitted in your carry-on if they measure 7 inches or less in total length from end to end. any tool longer than 7 inches will be confiscated as a potential blunt weapon. The fix: measure your tools before you pack. If they are close to the line or exceed 7 inches, save yourself the headache and send them straight to the checked baggage hold. Master the checkpoint, enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, TSA agents aren't trying to ruin your vacation or steal your peanut butter out of malice. They're simply enforcing strict safety protocols designed to keep the skies secure for everyone. A little bit of strategic packing goes a very long way. By keeping these 10 surprising items out of your cabin bags, you can confidently zip through the security line, keep your belongings intact, and start your trip with zero unnecessary drama. Now, we want to hear from you. What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen get flagged or confiscated at airport security? Have you ever fallen into one of these packing traps yourself? Let us know your funniest travel stories in the comments section below. If you found this survival guide helpful, please smash that like button and share it with your favorite travel buddies. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss our ultimate travel hacks, packing breakdowns, and insider secrets. Safe travels, pack smart, and we will see you in the next terminal. TSA agents reveal the 12 airport mistakes seniors keep making. Picture this: you've booked your dream trip and arrive at the airport excited to travel, only to face the dreaded security checkpoint. For many travelers, airport security feels like a stressful game with ever-changing rules, and TSA officers see countless mistakes every day. According to security personnel, seniors often make a predictable set of airport mistakes that can lead to delays, extra screening, missed flights, and unnecessary stress. While their experience and wisdom are unmatched, a few simple updates to their airport routine could make traveling much smoother. Whether you are a seasoned globetrotter or taking your first flight in a decade, it is time to upgrade your travel tactics. Here are the 12 most common airport mistakes seniors keep making, and exactly how you can avoid them so you can breeze through security like the VIP you are. 1. Ignoring the age 75+ VIP cheat code. One of the best-kept secrets of the transportation world is that turning 75 actually comes with some fantastic airport perks, yet countless seniors still frantically hop around on one foot, trying to untie their orthopedic sneakers while holding up the line. The fact that TSA has special expedited screening procedures for passengers who are 75 and older. Through risk-based security measures, if you hit this age milestone, you do not have to remove your shoes or your light jacket. You get to stroll right on through. The fix: leave those sneakers firmly tied. However, keep in mind that if the alarm goes off, you might still need to undergo further screening. If you do require a pat-down, you have the absolute right to request a chair and be seated during the process. 2. The "but it's medicine" liquid confusion. We all know the infamous 3-1-1 rule by now. Liquids, gels, and aerosols must be in 3.4-ounce containers or smaller and fit into a single quart-sized bag. But what happens when you need to bring a massive bottle of specialized cough syrup or liquid supplements? Many seniors mistakenly throw full-sized medical liquids into the trash because an agent told them it was over the limit, or they try to sneak it through and get flagged. The fact: medically necessary liquids, gels, and aerosols are completely exempt from the 3-1-1 rule. You can absolutely bring larger quantities of medical medications, contact lens solution, or liquid nutrition. The fix: you must declare these items to the security officer before your bag goes into the X-ray tunnel. Pull them out, let the agent know they are medically necessary, and they will simply undergo a quick, separate screening. 3. The bionic boomer surprise. Modern medicine is a miracle. Today, it's incredibly common to rock a titanium hip, a new knee, or a life-saving pacemaker, but the metal detector doesn't know the difference between your artificial joint and a concealed weapon. Seniors frequently step into the scanner, set off a symphony of alarms, and then get flustered explaining their medical history to a stranger. The fact: implanted medical devices will inevitably set off the alarms. Furthermore, if you have an implantable defibrillator, you need to be careful. A handheld screening wand can sometimes cause a shock.
The fix: speak up before you step through the machine. Advise the security officer about your pacemaker, artificial hip, or defibrillator. You can request an alternative screening method, such as a pat-down or the advanced imaging technology, the machine where you raise your hands. Carrying a medical alert card from your doctor isn't legally required, but it makes communicating the issue incredibly swift and painless.
4. The homemade jam and jelly catastrophe. Grandma's famous homemade strawberry preserves are a treasure, but to the TSA X-ray machine, they look like a dangerous, unidentifiable gel. A heartbreaking number of seniors lose expensive artisanal honeys, jams, and soft cheeses at the checkpoint because they packed them in their carry-on luggage. The fact: the TSA's rule of thumb is simple. If you can pump it, squeeze it, spread it, smear it, spray it, or spill it, it's a liquid or gel. That means peanut butter, jams, jellies, and soft cheeses fall strictly under the 3.4-ounce limit. The fix: if you are bringing culinary gifts or beloved snacks that spread or smear, pack them securely in your checked baggage. Save your carry-on space for solid snacks like nuts, crackers, and sandwiches. 5. The CPAP machine chaos. With the rise of sleep apnea awareness, CPAP and BiPAP machines are common travel companions. However, many older adults leave these machines buried deep inside their carefully packed carry-on bags, assuming the X-ray can just peer right through them. The fact: medical respiratory devices like CPAP machines are complex electronics that obstruct the X-ray's view. The TSA requires them to be removed from their carrying cases and subjected to separate X-ray screening. The fix: pack your CPAP machine so it is easily accessible at the top of your bag. Take it out and place it in its own bin. To keep your machine hygienic, you can place it inside a clear plastic bag before putting it in the bin. The X-ray can see right through the plastic, and your device stays free of airport dust. 6. The vintage identification crisis. We get it. You've had the same driver's license photo since 2012, and you look fantastic in it. But showing up to the airport with expired identification or an ID where the name doesn't perfectly match your boarding pass is a guaranteed way to grind your travel day to a halt. The fact: airport security is incredibly strict about identity verification. Furthermore, the real ID deadline is creeping up in the United States, meaning standard driver's licenses will soon no longer be valid for domestic air travel without additional documentation. The fix: double-check the expiration date on your passport or driver's license weeks before you fly. Ensure that the name on your flight reservation matches your ID exactly. Yes, even that middle initial. And if you haven't upgraded to a real ID yet, make that trip to the DMV sooner rather than later. 7. The unmarked pill organizer puzzle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pill organizers are phenomenal for keeping track of daily medications. However, tossing a massive, unmarked plastic container full of random, colorful pills into your bag can sometimes raise eyebrows during a bag check. The fact: while the TSA does not legally require your pill-form medication to be in its original prescription bottle, leaving loose pills can cause delays if your bag is randomly selected for a search. The fix: it is always highly recommended to carry prescription medications in their original, clearly labeled pharmacy bottles. If you must use a daily organizer for convenience, bring along a printed copy of your prescriptions or a doctor's note. It clears up any confusion in seconds. 8. The Fort Knox wardrobe. Air travel used to be a highly glamorous affair, and many seniors still prefer to dress to the nines when flying. The problem? Wearing heavy jewelry, thick belts with massive buckles, suspenders, and bulky metallic watches turns you into a walking alarm bell. The fact: every piece of metal you wear increases your chances of triggering the scanner and receiving a prolonged pat-down. The fix: dress for security, not for a gala. Wear slip-on shoes, elastic waist pants, and minimal jewelry. If you are bringing your favorite heavy necklaces or a prized watch, safely pack them inside your carry-on bag until you get through the checkpoint. You can accessorize at your gate. 9. The mobility device misunderstanding. Whether you use a cane, a walker, a wheelchair, or a motorized scooter, navigating the airport requires a bit of extra planning.
A common mistake is assuming that because it's a mobility aid, it gets a free pass around the security scanners. The fact, because unauthorized items, and sometimes prohibited items, have been found stashed in the pouches of wheelchairs, the TSA requires all mobility devices to be screened. The fix: be prepared. Empty any storage pouches attached to your walker or wheelchair and put those items in a bin. If you use a cane, it will likely need to go on the X-ray belt, and the agent will offer you a temporary loaner cane to lean on while you walk through the metal detector. Communicate your physical limits to the agent. If you cannot stand unassisted, they will screen you while seated. 10. The Mary Poppins carry-on. You want to be prepared for anything, so you've packed 3 hardback books, a tablet, a thick sweater, and a bag of hard candies, all tightly compressed into a single tote bag. It's an impressive feat of physics, but a nightmare for the X-ray operator. The fact, when a bag is packed too densely, the X-ray machine simply sees a giant, impenetrable dark blob. When the machine can't see through your bag, the agent is forced to pull it aside, open it up, and manually dig through your belongings. The fix: pack lightly and strategically. Keep cables and electronics organized. If your bag is bursting at the seams, consider checking it or shifting some heavy items to a personal item. An organized bag glides through the scanner in seconds. Number 11. Ditching the travel companion. In the chaotic shuffle of the security line, it is incredibly common for elderly travelers to become separated from their younger travel companions or caregivers. The fix: stick together like glue. If you are traveling with someone who needs assistance, do not leave them at the X-ray belt. Help them load their bins, guide them through the communication process, and ensure they are comfortable before gathering your own belongings. Number 12. Ignoring the ultimate cheat code. TSA cares. This is perhaps the biggest mistake of all: suffering in silence. Many seniors endure overwhelming anxiety, physical pain, and confusion at the airport simply because they do not know that free, dedicated help is available to them. The fact, the TSA operates a fantastic hotline called TSA Cares. It is specifically designed to answer questions about the security process for passengers with disabilities, medical issues,